Well, good day! So, for today, I'd like to talk about the first cartoon appearance of one of my favorite characters, Spider-Ham! That's right! So, alright, let's go!
Yeah! So, Spider-Man, aka high school student Peter Parker, is swinging like mad to get to school on time because today is picture day. And man, he gotta look good for picture day, right? But on his way, a kindly hot dog vendor on the streets of New York offers Spider-Man a free hot dog, you know, for being such a good guy and helping out the city. But something's off. Spider-Man's Spidey sense is going off for some crazy reason, man, but he's like, meh, it should be all good. It's just a hot dog, and it's free. But, that's no hot dog vendor, and that's no freaking regular hot dog. It's Loki in disguise. And he gave Spider-Man an enchanted hot dog, which transformed him into Spider-Ham. You know, he's a freaking pig. But why? All he wanted was the hot dog, man. Why would you do this to him? Why? Well, because Loki is getting revenge from a previous episode where Spider-Man stopped him. That'll learn that uppity teenager superhero. Suddenly, things go from horrible to worse. There's a fog that rolls in on New York, and with it there is an Asgardian hunting party led by Scourge, the Executioner. Once a year, there is a boar hunt called the Asgard Raya. It's a very fancy and important day. A hunt for a boar and a feast of that boar after. And oh geez, man, it looks like Spider-Ham is the target. So as the episode's title suggests, run pig run! But as Spidey's about to get his ham sliced, Thor, the god of thunder, barges in to save the day and the swine. Thor can see what's up with the hunting party and, you know, Loki, and he vows to help Spider-Man survive. He just needs to make it until sundown, because that's when the hunt ends. So Thor figures he should send Spider-Ham to school to meet up with his teammates for protection. That would be the team consisting of Nova, Iron Fist, Power Man, and White Tiger. While they're getting suited up, the hunting party shows up at school. Meanwhile, Thor meets up with the school principal and S.H.I.E.L.D. Agent Coulson to form another line of defense, but that's not working so good, so everybody gets sent to the S.H.I.E.L.D. helicarrier to get help from Nick Fury. They should be safe there, right? It's not like the wolves that these hunters are riding on can fly or anything, right? Well...
Oh, they fly now! They fly now? They fly now!
Damn it! So Spidey's team, S.H.I.E.L.D., and everybody is fighting against the hunting party, and Spider-Ham is totally fed up with this, man. Everyone's risking their neck to save him. On one hand is great, but man, you know, like they could die too, right? So Spider-Ham joins the fray, which is kind of good, man, because he's kicking some butt. But also it's bad because Scourge, you know, has him dead to rights and defeats him, man. It's not looking good. But as Scourge's axe is about to hit Spidey, boom! Sunset! The hunt is over! Whew, I tells you, man, that was close! Literally by the hair of his chinny chin chin. But that's the rules of the hunt, right? Hey, if you don't get the boar, man, you know, it's all good. The boar wins, so the hunt is called off. You know, it's been a pretty good day otherwise, right? There will be no pig roast today. But Loki is totally pissed. He puts up a fight, but you know, everybody else fights back. He's defeated and he takes off. And luckily, Spider-Ham reverts back into Spider-Man. So it's all good. A zany adventure, but everyone's alive, so that's a plus, right? Yeah, but with that, that is the end of this fantastic tale.
Man, like that was actually a pretty good episode. Like it actually is a pretty funny series. You know, they have a lot of kind of weird jokes, a lot of fourth wall breaking kind of jokes as well. And And for this episode, man, like it got pretty intense. Like it kind of really shows how evil Loki really is, right? Turning someone into a pig and then hunting them with the absolute knowledge that they will be eaten. Like that's just messed up. You know, like sure, Peter Parker has a lot of, you know, like life-threatening battles that he goes through. He knows that he can die like almost every time he battles some supervillain, but with the added knowledge that you're gonna be eaten in a feast. Like, that's crazy, man. Like, how does Peter Parker not get PTSD after this? Or, you know, at the very least, you know, maybe he stops eating bacon, you know, for a bit or something. But that's Loki's style, right? It's not just winning a battle, it's all about messing with the head completely. And like when Spider-Ham is running away from the hunting party and it's looking like pretty dire, you know, like half of the time, you know, he gets away really easy and it's really no danger to him, you know. It seems cartoonish, you know, pardon the pun, of how easily he can get away. But the other times when it's really close and he barely gets away, like you almost actually get the impression that, man, he actually can die. You know they won't because, you know, he's the star of the show, right? But, like, you do start to get concerned about this animated human in, pig form. And speaking of pig form, and so, yes, like, this is technically Spider-Ham's first cartoon appearance, but it's not really Spider-Ham, it's a reasonable facsimile, right? Peter Parker disguised as Spider-Ham. Even though he's not the real Spider-Ham, you know, his friends still call him Spider-Ham. He looks exactly like Spider-Ham from the comic books. And Agent Coulson even refers to him as Porker instead of Parker, because as we all know, Spider-Ham's real name is Peter Porker, so it works out pretty good there, right? But it's good enough for me, you know, it's still really awesome to see Spider-Ham in animated form finally, so I'm pretty pumped up about it. Speaking of animated form, we do have our obligatory Stan Lee cameo appearance. Loki disguises himself as the janitor of the high school, and the janitor happens to look exactly like Stan Lee. Anyway, you can get him in the show, man. It's good with me. But, yeah, man. It's still a really awesome show. Like I say, it's pretty funny. It's got kind of a unique kind of humor to it. But, you know, if you haven't watched it yet, I'd say definitely check it out. But other than that, let's go take a look at some behind-the-scenes stuff here and learn more about Spider-Ham.
Yeah, so let's go back to the very beginning. Spider-Ham debuted in Marvel Tales, starring Peter Porker, the Spectacular Spider-Ham #1 in 1983. Which was a pretty fantastic issue, and it had some very special guest appearances by Hulk Bunny, Captain Americat, and Goose Rider. This was just a one-off comic issue, right? Just one comic and done. They didn't know how people were gonna kind of take this issue, you know, good or bad or whatever, but you know, the good thing about Spider-Man is that he's so freaking popular and so beloved that you could have a lot of fun with him and kind of do something like Spider-Ham, and it'll turn out to be a success, which it did. He quickly got his own bi-monthly comic series, starting with Peter Porker, the Spectacular Spider-Ham #1 in 1985. And in this issue, he fights against the evil Dr. Doom. Classic. And his origin story is pretty uniquely Spider-Ham-ish as well. So as we all know with Peter Parker, he was bitten by a radioactive spider and then gained the abilities of, you know, a spider, right? Whereas with Spider-Ham, he is actually a spider named Peter who was bitten by a radioactive pig, transformed into a pig, but kept all of his spider abilities. Like, he was a spider living in May Parker's basement. She was building a new hairdryer, which went wonky, she got radiated, and in a fit of radiation rage, she bit Peter. And he's like, oh crap, I'm a pig, I might as well live here now. So the Spider-Ham comics ran for a bit, you know, but did kind of fade away. He did usually pop up in comic books called What The? Some small little story hither and dither, you know, so he kind of still kept going. And he did get a new run of Peter Porker, the Spectacular Spider-Ham in 2019. And just in case if you were wondering, yes indeed, we did get a Spider-Ham 2099 in What the? Number 26 in 1993. So this episode is pretty awesome as it's, actually a sequel. When Loki was talking about how Spider-Man stopped him from a conquest in a previous battle, he was referring to a previous episode which was called Field Trip, when Loki turned Thor into a talking frog and Spider-Man had to help Thor and stop Loki from succeeding in his plans for conquest. So this is, like I say, a pretty fitting sequel, right? Like the roles are kind of flipped on who got turned into an animal, and Loki's still losing, so that was pretty good. And in case you were wondering, that frog Thor was actually from the comics as well, was pretty popular, and came back as a hero named Throg. So like I said earlier, this technically isn't the proper Spider-Ham, just a reasonable facsimile. In this cartoon series, we did in fact get to see the actual real proper Spider-Ham in season 3, which was a multi-episode Spider-Verse kind of storyline where Peter Parker, Spider-Man, went into Spider-Ham's universe, where we actually see Spider-Ham and all of his, animal buddies who are people, right? And in the movies, we did see Spider-Ham quite a bit in the 2018 classic movie Into the Spider-Verse, where he was really awesome in that one too. And I'm still waiting for the spin-off Spider-Ham movie to that one there, Sony. But yes indeed, Spider-Ham's been kicking around quite a bit. He pops up, all the time. He never really goes away, which is awesome because he's such a great character. So we'll just have to see where he pops up next. But yeah, I guess with their this, that, those, and the other things, I guess that's that. Right on, and there you go. So thanks for watching the video. I hope you liked it as much as I did making it. Also, feel free to check out the source material that I featured in this video. And if you want to leave a comment on anything you may have liked or things I might have missed in this, feel free to do so. Or anything else, just to say hi. That's cool too. And other than that, have a great day. Thanks.